Little number there called You're Gonna Get What's Coming from Robert Palmer's Double Fun album from 1978 on XPN, Highs in the 70s. Later covered by Bonnie Raitt for her 79 album called The Glow. Marianne Faithfull, I've been enjoying Broken English, that album from 79 quite a bit recently. Thought we'd hear that one called Guilt. The late Jon Stewart from his Bombs Away Dream Babies album, 1979. Produced by Lindsey Buckingham, who also played guitar throughout that record. That was a tune called Midnight Wind. And the Beatles, Long and Winding Road, their 20th and final number one hit here in the States, was released on this date in 1970, 56 years ago today.
Xfinity supports XPN and Free at Noon, the weekly lunchtime live music showcase happening every Friday, open to all. Xfinity understands that a lot can change in 5 years. Information about no-contract 5-year pricing on select internet plans and same-day Wi-Fi setup can be found on Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply.
It's Kathy O'Connell and Kids Corner coming up next. That'll be followed by the Monday 8 o'clock news with Mike Vasilikos. 2 hours of nothing but brand new music. I'm Dan Reed. I'll be back tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We'll have another edition of Highs in the 70s tomorrow at 6. And, yeah, I love this one. Bruce Springsteen from Born to Run. This is Meeting Across the River on Highs in the 70s. XPN.
Hey Eddie, can you lend me a few bucks? Tonight, can you get us a ride? Gotta make it through the tunnel. Got a meeting with a man on the other side. Hey Eddie, this guy, he's the real thing. So if you wanna come along, you gotta promise you won't say anything. 'Cause this guy don't dance, and the word's been passed, this is our last chance. We gotta stay cool tonight, Eddie, 'cause man, we got ourselves out on that line. And if we blow this one, they ain't gonna be looking for just me this time. And all we gotta do is hold up our end. You stuff this in your pocket, it'll look like you're carrying a friend. And remember, just don't smile, change the shirt, 'cause tonight we got style. Cherry says she's gonna walk, 'cause she found I took the radio and hocked it. But Eddie, man, she don't understand that $2 practically sitting here in my pocket. Tonight's gonna be everything that I said. And when I walk through that door, I'm just gonna throw that money on the bed. She'll see this time I wasn't just talking. Then I'm gonna go out walking. Hey Eddie, can you catch us around?
This is 88.5 WXPN HD1 Philadelphia, 88.7 WXPH HD1 Middletown, 91.9 WXPJ HD1 Hackettstown, 90.5 WKHS Wharton, and streaming at xpn.org. Member-supported radio from the University of Pennsylvania.
The New Jersey State Museum supports XPN. On May 16th, the museum marks the 10th anniversary and reopening of the redesigned Discovery Den. Outdoor activities include a children's obstacle course from 10 a.m. to noon and food truck from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Inside, guests can explore fossils, participate in games, and more. Details at statemuseum.nj.gov.
It's Kids Corner. I'm Kathy O Connell, and as you may know, Kids Corner is leaving WXPN's radio airwaves. You can still find the stream at kidscorner.org because, you know, here at WXPN, it's all about the music, and we are counting down the top 50 Kids Corner songs of all time. And you're going to be hearing them on Mondays and Tuesdays over the next few weeks. And maybe they'll bring up some memories for you. They brought up a whole lot of memories for me. And just to kind of remind your memory, number 50, the Poop Smith song from Over the Rhine. My Body by Peter Alsop at 49. 48, Highway 40 Unplugged from Brack of Space Ghost. Hot, Hot, Hot by Sebastian the Crab at 47. Vacation from Lucky Diaz, number 46. 45, Got to Be Me from Secret Agent 23 Skidoo. And we're going back to, wow, as long as I've been playing music for kids on the radio. And that goes back even before Kids Corner to a show I did called Kids America, a national show. And I met these women, Kathy Fink and Marcy Marxer, and they have been an important force in music for kids and families, boy, and in folk music in general, since the 1970s. They're incredible, and they put together an album with Brave Combo called All Wound Up that just makes me happy to this day. So coming in at number 44 on our Kids Corner Top 50 Countdown, it's Kathy Fink and Marcy Marxer. Just in case you forgot, the day I was born was February 21st. And when they mention, yell out your name, that's what I'll be doing on the day that you were born.
Spencer was born. On the day that Spencer was born. On the day that Spencer was born. The angels sang and they blew on their horns and they danced. They danced. They smiled and raised up their hands on the day that Spencer was born. On the day that Isabel was born. On the day that Isabel was born, on the day that Isabel was born, the angels sang and they blew on their horns and they danced, they danced. They smiled and raised up their hands on the day that Isabel was born. On the day that Cody was born, on the day that Cody was born, on the day that Cody was born, the angels sang and they blew on their horns and they danced, they danced. They smiled and raised up their hands on the day that Cody was born. On the day that Mika was born, on the day that Mika was born, on the day that Mika was born, the angels sang and they blew on their horns and they danced, they danced. smiled and raised up their hands on the day that Mika was born. Someone's being born. Right now, somewhere, someone's being born. Right now, somewhere, someone's being born. The angels are singing and they're blowing on their horns and they're dancing. They're dancing. They're smiling and raising up their hands right now. Somewhere, someone's being born. Everybody sing your own name. On the day was born. On the day was born, on the day was born. The angels sang and they blew on their horns and they danced, they danced. They smiled and raised up their hands on the day each one of us was born.
Number 43.
For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash,
he did the monster mash.
the monster mash.
It was a graveyard
He
smash.
did the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
he did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrode.
They did the mash,
They did the monster
the
mash.
monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
did the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
they did the mash.
They did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun.
In a shoe,
The party had just begun.
in a shoe,
The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocky, all were digging the sounds. Igor on chains, backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker
they
Five.
played the mash,
They played the monster
the
mash.
monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
played the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
they played the mash.
They played the monster mash. Out from his coffin, Rex's voice did ring. Seemed he was troubled by just one thing. Opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?"
It's now the mash,
It's now the monster
the
mash.
monster mash.
And it's a graveyard
It's
smash.
now the mash,
It's caught on in a
it's
flash.
now the mash.
It's now the monster mash. Now everything's cool, Drax a part of the band, and my monster mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them what is said.
Then you can mash,
Then you can monster mash,
the monster mash.
and you my graveyard
Then you
smash.
can mash,
You'll catch on in a flash.
then you can mash.
Then you can monster mash. Mash. You in
Monster mash,
Well, I saw the thing coming out of the sky. It had a one long horn and one big eye. I come Mr. Shaking and I said, ooh-wee, it looks like a purple people eater to me. It was a one-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater.
One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater.
A one-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater sure looks strange to me.
One-eyed.
Well, he came down to earth and he lit in a tree. I said, Mr. Purple People Eater, don't eat me. I heard him say in a voice so gruff,
I wouldn't eat you 'cause you're so tough.
it was a one-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater.
One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater.
One-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater sure looks strange to me.
One-horn.
I said, Mr. Purple People Eater, what's your line? He said, eating purple people and it sure is fine. But that's not the reason that I came to land.
I want to get a job in a rock and roll band.
Well, bless my soul, rock and roll, flying purple people eater. Pigeon toed, undergrowth, flying purple people eater. Friendly little people eater, what a sight to see. And then he swung from the tree and he lit on the ground and he started to rock, really rocking around. It was a crazy ditty with a swinging tune.
Sing a bop bop a boop a lap a loom bam boom.
Well, bless my soul, rock and roll, flying purple people eater. Pigeon toed, undergrowth, flying purple people eater.
I like short shorts.
Flying purple people eater, what a sight to see.
Purple people.
Well, he went on his way and then what do you know? I saw him last night on a TV show. He was blowing it out, really knocking him dead, playing rock and roll music through the horn in his head.
Tequila.
Sun East Federal Credit Union supports XPN and is a member-owned not-for-profit. As an advocate for youth financial education, this May, members who open a Sun East Youth Savings account for a child or grandchild age 17 or younger are enrolled in the Youth Savings Challenge, designed to build healthy money habits from the start. Full challenge details available at suneast.org/youth month. Restrictions apply.
A couple of Kids Corner songs that started out on rock and roll radio that I grew up listening to. You know, funny songs, novelty songs, they go way, way back. And on Kids Corner, thanks to people like Dr. Demento and Weird Al Yankovic, we've played Spike Jones and Tom Lehrer and kind of expanded generations' knowledge of these unique musical artists. And in the weeks to come, you're going to hear conversations that I had with both Dr. Demento and Weird Al Yankovic. And one of the themes that comes out over and over again is the power of radio and what radio has meant to us. And those songs, Purple People Eater and Monster Mash, those are a couple of songs I grew up listening to on WABC radio out of New York City. Dan Ingram and Cousin Brucey and, well, I'm not going to drop names just now, but the Monster Mash shows up all the time. It was first released in 1962, then re-released in 1970, 1973, and then I think just everybody gave up and said, oh, look, it's a classic. Even The Simpsons, well, The Simpsons turned it into a Valentine's song, which I think is kind of cool. So coming in at 43, the Monster Mash. Okay, so up next is one of my dear musical friends, one of my Chicago artists, and just an all-around terrific guy. Justin Roberts has been making music that, you know, makes my ears happy and touches my heart. And we wanted to throw in a Justin Roberts that really means a lot to us here at Kids Corner. And you know we love our grandmas here at Kids Corner. My Grangry, you know the stories about Grangry and the Hat Factory. So coming in at Number 42. It's Justin Roberts singing about my grandmother's pies from scratch.
My grandma is old-fashioned. Dad says they broke the mold, whatever that means. She's got an old gas stove, it's like a treasure trove. She lights with a match. She's making everything, and I mean everything, from scratch. Standing by the stove, stirring. Her cat is in the kitchen, purring. It smells so good in here, I just want to close the door and hook the latch. 'Cause she's making everything, and I mean everything, from scratch. Takes a little, makes a lot. Be careful, sis, it's kinda hot. Is there more inside that pot? From scratch. There's always grown-ups in this room talking, so I put my leash upon my dog and go walking. And as that timer clicks by, maybe Dad and I will play a game of catch. 'Cause you can do anything when you're making everything from scratch. I don't know what you did when you were cooking, but you made my dad look like a kid when he was looking. And all those chocolate chips and icy cold milk sips, let's hide the entire batch. 'Cause you made everything, and I mean everything, from scratch. Dinner time is done, but there's food to wrap. Nearly everyone could use a nap, but we can hardly move. To our seats we're glued, it's like we're attached. She made everything, and we ate everything, from scratch. Takes a little, makes a lot. Be careful, sis, it's kinda hot. Is there more inside that pot? I'm hoping so and thinking not. She gave us much more than we thought, from scratch. From scratch. From scratch.
Number 41.
That's my cousin. Hey guys, come here. I want to ask you something. I ask you a question. Okay. This is really important. The party is missing something. I think it's missing fruit salad. Yes, but we cannot make the fruit salad unless I know what is the best fruit.
What is the best fruit?
In a fruit salad. Hey, come on, I can tell you that. What is the best fruit?
Me too. What is the best fruit?
In a fruit salad. Okay, this is what I have. I have brought an apple, round just like my head. I love to chomp an apple, so big and bright and red. I go Jumping on the apple.
Try it with us.
Jumping on the apple. Jumping on the apple. Jumping on the apple.
Oh, I got a banana. It's yellow and so soft. I peel a banana to take the whole skin off. I go, peel the banana. Peel the banana. Peel the banana. Peel the banana.
What is the best fruit?
What is the best fruit?
In a fruit salad.
I have very strong opinions on
What
this.
is the best fruit?
What is the best fruit?
In a fruit salad.
It's funny, I had an extra one for breakfast. So today I bought a grapefruit. There's sour fruit inside. So I cut up a grapefruit. To get through the thick hide, I go chopping up a grapefruit. Chopping up the grapefruit. Chopping up the grapefruit. Chopping up the grapefruit.
I brought watermelon. It's filled with lots of seeds. So juicy and delicious. To eat it right, you need to spit out the seeds. Spit out the seeds. Spit out the seeds. Spit out the seeds.
What is the best fruit?
What is the best fruit?
In a fruit salad.
Favorite color, no? Okay, check it out. Today I brought the kiwi, a yummy shade of green. But I cut it in half first and scoop out what's within. I go, scoop out the kiwi. Scoop out the kiwi. I scoop it out with a spoon, you see?
We got lots of berries, strawberries and blue, raspberries and blackberries. All you got to do is just go pop in the berries, pop in the berries, by the handful, pop in the berries, pop in the berries.
What is the best fruit?
What is the best fruit?
In a fruit salad. Now is the best part. We make fruit salad with an apple. Jump on the apple.
Peeling a banana.
Cutting up the grapefruit. Spit out the seeds.
Scooping out the kiwi.
Chopping up the berries.
Now we have fruit salad. What is the best fruit? In a fruit salad. Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
You know, tomatoes is also a fruit, guys.
The Old Barracks Museum in Trenton supports Kids Corner on XPN and presents Trenton Barracks Founders Day on June 13th. This event is open to the public and is a day filled with entertainment for the community, featuring a bubble show, face painting, and food trucks, plus a musical performance by the Blauenberg Band entitled Listening to the Revolution, 250 Years of American Music. For more details on Founders Day, it's barracks.org.
The pop-ups debating about the best fruit in a fruit salad here at Kids Corner. Coming in at number 41 in our countdown of the top 50 Kids Corner songs of all time. The pop-ups, lifelong best friends who just make incredible music. You have to see them live, and I know they have videos online. So many of our Kids Corner artists have wonderful videos online. Please check them out. The pop-ups, Jason and Jacob, love them dearly. So up ahead, right after this next song, I want to tell you about that first, though. Jessica Harper is mainly known as a movie actor, and I know her from a movie that I love about early television called My Favorite Year. And it's about the golden age of television, 1950s, 1960s. And she, like so many men and women, musicians, had a couple of kids and started making music for kids and put out a few albums. including Nora's Room, including a wonderful Christmas album called Not a Traditional Christmas. And she has a presence on our Kids Corner Countdown with Four Boys Named Jordan. Now that's up ahead. But right after that, you're going to hear, well, speaking of the golden age of television, a very important person from that time was Soupy Sales. And he was a very important person in my life. And I'm really good at what I do because, well, I turned on the TV one day and there he was. And you're going to hear a couple of songs from Soupy Sales. The song that is actually the number 39 song. And then a song that honestly gets me a little emotional because especially now, it makes me think of Soupy, but it makes me think also of all my time here at WXPN and Kids Corner. First, though, it's Jessica Harper. She's counting down Four Boys Named Jordan.
My name is Elizabeth, and I am in 3rd grade. We're studying Egyptians and those pyramids they made. Sometimes I think Egyptian life was pretty complicated, but next to life in my classroom, it's highly overrated. Get this. I sit there at table 4 with Zachary and Max. It's fine, except when Max and Zach get giggling attacks. But you will not believe what's going on at table 3. There's Jordan S. on one side. Next to him is Jordan P. But that's not all. There's also Jordan N. at table 8. And just when you begin to think you finally got them straight, a new kid came to class today, and he walked in the door and said his name was, can you guess, he's Jordan number 4. 4 boys named Jordan, 4 Jordans in a row. How many Jordans are there on the planet, do you know? Here a Jordan, there a Jordan, careful you might miss one. Of all the classrooms here on Earth, why did they all pick this one?
Hey, hey, hey! Hey, hey, hey!
The teacher asks if Jordan's present. 4 boys answer yes.
Not you. Yes, me. Which one? Who, him?
The roll call is a mess. Say, Jordan, pass the scissors, and you'll end up with 4 pairs. Say, Jordan, there's a test today. 4 voices say,
Who cares?
the word is capture, said the teacher. Jordan, can you spell it?
CAPSATR.
4 cheerful voices yell it. Say, Jordan, what is 3 times 3? The answer that you get is not a simple 9. It is a barbershop quartet. 4 boys named Jordan, 4 Jordans in a row. How many Jordans are there on this planet, do you know? Here a Jordan, there a Jordan, careful you might miss one. Of all the classrooms here on Earth, why did they all pick this one?
Hey, hey, hey! Hey, hey, hey!
At recess, if you try to talk to some Jordan or other, you'll only get in trouble, so I really wouldn't bother. You say, hi, Jordan.
Is that me you mean?
No, I meant that one.
Which one, me? Or me? Or me, the thin one or the fat one? That Jordan with the baseball cap who thinks he's so terrific? The Jordan who plays trumpet? Could you try to be specific? I'm sure that you mean me, not him or him. Please be precise. Don't talk to that one, talk to me. I'm really very nice. Oh, no, you're not. Oh, yes, I am.
You see, don't even try it. Try to befriend a Jordan, and you start a minor riot. 4 boys named Jordan, 4 Jordans in a row. How many Jordans are there on the planet, do you know? Here a Jordan, there a Jordan, careful you might miss one. Of all the classrooms here on Earth, why did they all pick this one?
Hey, hey, hey! Hey, hey, hey!
I hope the next new kid we get is named something like Mary. I'd even settle for Roberta. I could live with Larry. We've got plenty of Jordans. Let's keep it down to 4. If yet another Jordan comes a-knocking on the door, and then another Jordan, soon the Jordan population will increase until this classroom is a Jordan nation. 4 boys named Jordan, 4 Jordans in a row. How many Jordans are there on the planet, do you know? Here a Jordan, there a Jordan, careful you might miss one. Of all the classrooms here on Earth, why did they all pick this one? 4 boys named Jordan, 4 Jordans in a row. How many Jordans are there on this planet? Do you know?
Here a Jordan, there a Jordan, careful you might miss one.
Of all the classrooms here on Earth, why did they all pick this one?
Hey, hey, hey! Hey, hey, hey! Hey, hey, hey! Hey, hey, hey!
We got a new girl in our class. Her name? You'll never guess. Unless you guess the J word. And then I'd answer, yes.
Number 39.
Candy corn kicks and the peppermint sticks and some double bubble gum. Lemon drops and ice cream pops make you lick your thumb. When you feel taller than the ceiling and you can't describe the feeling, do like me and shout, he brings it all up. He brings it all up. Big bullfrog falling off a log in a money tree. Standing on your head, jumping out of bed and riding on a flea. When you feel silly and you know it, don't you be afraid to show it. Hold your head and shout, he brings it all up. Brings it all up. When something gets you really laughing, don't you keep it half down, half in. Let it out before you go mad, like throwing pies at other guys and chasing dates up fire escapes. Tickling your toes and rubbing your nose with a baby kangaroo. Riding on the whip and taking a dip with the monkeys in the zoo. When funny things to you are pleasing, don't look for no rhyme or reason. Hold your head and shout, he brings it all out. 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 I guess we'll always be forever friends. Friends, they come and then they go. You hang around, why, I don't know. I guess you're one of my forever friends. Many times I've made you sad, yet you don't ever go away mad. I guess you're one of my forever friends. It's something warm and rare to know you're always there, to know you always care the way you do. You always care. Pal, I bet you never knew that I love you the same way too. I guess I'm one of your forever friends. Friends, they come and then they go. You hang around, why, I don't know. I guess you're one of my forever friends. Many times I've made you sad, yet you don't ever go away mad. I guess you're one of my forever friends. It's something warm and rare to know you're always there, to know you always care the way you do. the same way too. I guess I'm one of your forever friends. I guess we'll always be forever friends. I guess we'll be forever friends.
The Old Barracks Museum in Trenton supports Kids Corner on XPN and presents Trenton Barracks Founders Day on June 13th. This event is open to the public and is a day filled with entertainment for the community, featuring a bubble show, face painting, and food trucks, plus a musical performance by the Blauenberg Band entitled Listening to the Revolution, 250 Years of American Music. For more details on Founders Day, it's barracks.org.
Yeah, that's the song that gets me emotional. Soupy Sales, Forever Friends. So, one of the big influences on Weird Al Yankovic was Tom Lehrer. And Tom Lehrer did make it into the countdown. But there's an additional reason, an additional Tom Lehrer song I want to play here tonight. And did you know that there is a Weird Al Yankovic movie, a biography? And do you know who plays Weird Al? Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah, Daniel Radcliffe. I love this. And the reason they got together, you'll hear this story from Weird Al, but in a nutshell, Daniel Radcliffe grew up with his parents' record collection. He grew up listening to Tom Lehrer. Tom Lehrer was actually a math professor in Santa Cruz, California, who wrote songs, wrote parody songs, satire songs, the kinds of things that Weird Al does, that Alan Sherman does, funny songs. And as you will hear, some of the funny songs he wrote back in the 1950s, 1960s, are still true today. But growing up, there was a song about the elements. You know, the elements on the periodic table of the elements. And Daniel Radcliffe would sing this at parties. And someday you might be at a party with Daniel Radcliffe, and he will sing the elements. So you're going to get a preview from the original himself, the incredible. His recordings are still out there. Please check him out. It's Tom Lehrer, and this is the one that still echoes today. Pollution.
If you visit American City, you will find it very pretty. Just two things of which you must beware. Don't drink the water and don't breathe the air. Pollution, pollution, they got smog and sewage and mud. Turn on your tap and get hot and cold running crud. See the halibuts and the sturgeons being wiped out by detergents. Fish gotta swim and birds gotta fly, but they don't last long if they try. Pollution, pollution, you can use the latest toothpaste and then rinse your mouth with industrial waste. Just go out for a breath of air, and you'll be ready for Medicare. The city streets are really quite a thrill. If the hoods don't get you, the monoxide will. Pollution, pollution, wear a gas mask and a veil. Then you can breathe, long as you don't inhale. Lots of things there that you can drink, but stay away from the kitchen sink. The breakfast garbage that you throw into the bay, they drink at lunch in San Jose. So go to the city, see the crazy people there, like lambs to the slaughter. They're drinking the water and breathing the air. There's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen and oxygen and nitrogen and rhenium, and nickel, neodymium, neptunium, germanium, and iron, americium, ruthenium, uranium, europium, zirconium, lutetium, vanadium, and lanthanum, and osmium, and astatine, and radium, and golden protactinium, and indium, and gallium, and iodine, and thorium, and thulium, and thallium. There's yttrium, ytterbium, actinium, rubidium, and boron, gadolinium, niobium, iridium, and strontium, and silicon, and silver, and samarium, and bismuth, bromine, lithium, beryllium, and barium. There's holmium and helium and hafnium and erbium and phosphorus and francium and fluorine and terbium and manganese and mercurium, molybdenum, magnesium, dysprosium and scandium and cerium and cesium and lead, praseodymium and platinum, plutonium, palladium, promethium, potassium, polonium and tantalum, technetium, titanium, tellurium and cadmium and calcium and chromium and curium. There's sulfur, californium, and fermium, berkelium, and also mendelevium, einsteinium, nobelium, and argon, krypton, neon, radon, xenon, zinc, and rhodium, and chlorine, carbon, cobalt, copper, tungsten, tin, and sodium. These are the only ones of which the news has come to Harvard, and there may be many others, but they haven't been discovered.
Support for Kids Corner comes from Rita's Italian Ice, introducing the Rita's Gelate Sundae. Italian ice, frozen custard, and toppings together in one cup.
Two from Tom Lehrer here in the Kids Corner Countdown, just to remind you where we are in tonight's part of the countdown. Number 44, On the Day That You Were Born, from Kathy Fink, Marcy Marxer, and Brave Combo. Bobby Boris Pickett with the Monster Mash at number 43. 42 was Justin Roberts from Scratch. The Best Fruit, that was the Pop-Ups. Four Boys Named Jordan from Jessica Harper at number 40. Number 39 was Your Brains Will Fall Out from Soupy Sales. And number 38, Pollution from Tom Lehrer. And we are going to continue the countdown on tomorrow's Kids Corner. But also on tomorrow's Kids Corner, well, we don't have a whole lot of Tuesdays up ahead. We have a lot of really special programming looking back at almost 40 years of Kids Corner. 4 decades of this radio show. You might even hear your parents on the air in the next month or so. But before, I'm retiring. That's what's going on. And in the weeks to come, I'm going to ask you things because you probably have more experience with retired people than I do, because your parents and great-grandparents, the old people in your life. So I'm going to ask you, what should I do with my time? But that's up ahead. Closer on tomorrow's Kids Corner, since we missed Mother's Day, well, I missed Mother's Day. I was watching movies about Mother's Day. And we're going to miss Father's Day because there's a lot of special programming. On tomorrow's Kids Corner, tell me about your parents. Tell me something interesting about your parents. Like, I'm going to tell you the Chloe story, how because of Spike Jones, the musician Spike Jones, my mother and grandmother used to roll down the window and yell the name Chloe into swamps while we were on vacation. It's amazing I survived my childhood. But for Mom and Dad, for Mother's Day, Father's Day, any other holiday we might miss, I have a whole bunch of Mom and Dad songs. And remember, give me a call on tomorrow's Kids Corner. Tell me something interesting about your mom or your dad, or maybe even both. Meanwhile, Mother's Day should be every day. Here's an idea from Tim Kubert and Carly Shiraki.
On Mother's Day, we'll celebrate those special ladies who've taken care of us since we were babies.
So to all the mamas and aunts and grandmas too, they deserve a break, so here's what you can do. Let Mom sleep, let Mom sleep. It's a treat for Mom to sleep. She's the best, she needs her rest. This is the Mother's Day surprise we suggest.
On this special morning, she should stay snoozing till it's time to play. So to set this plan in motion, not a noise or a commotion. Let Mom sleep, let Mom sleep. It's a treat for Mom to sleep. She's the best, she needs her rest. This is the Mother's Day surprise we suggest. With superhero energy, she takes care of the family. Just think of how she helps us out and never seems to get worn out. She reads us books at bedtime,
Gives us snuggles when we're sad, wipes our runny noses,
and her jokes are so rad.
she walks the dog and feeds the fishes.
Shows us how to do the dishes.
When she gets home from work, we cheer. She's Mom of the Year.
4, 6, 8, who do we appreciate? Mom! Let Mom sleep. Let Mom sleep. It's a treat for Mom to sleep. She's the best. She needs her rest. This is the Mother's Day surprise we suggest. This is the Mother's Day surprise we suggest.
Early Sunday morning, Dad came into our room and said, "Let's not wake Mommy, we're gonna make Mommy breakfast in bed." Mother's Day, Mother's Day, our own Mommy's special day is here. We went down to the kitchen, opened up the cupboard door. Let's see, what would she like? Granola?
No.
Hot oatmeal?
No.
Pancakes?
Yeah.
With syrup?
Yeah.
And bacon?
Mommy won't eat bacon.
She will on Mother's Day. Go get the cookbook. Mother's Day, we'll need some aprons. Our own Mommy's special day is here. Let's see, pancakes. Page 215 in the joy of cooking. Eggs, flour, wheat, germ, lots of other stuff. Kids, see if you can find the baking powder.
How about baking soda?
Close enough. Mother's Day.
I'll mix the OJ.
Mother's Day.
I'll fold the napkins.
Our own Mommy's special day is here. Okay, everything ready? Showtime! Up the stairway, open up your eyes, Mom. Through the doorway, here's your big surprise. Wake up, Mom, your breakfast tray is here.
Oh my goodness, is this for me?
What are all these lovely things you brought me?
Did you really make it all yourselves?
Buckwheat, chocolate chip,
Apple raisin pancakes, I can't wait to taste them. Mmm. Mmm.
Mother's Day.
Do you like it, Mom?
Mother's Day.
It's indescribable.
Our own Mommy's special day is Mother's Day.
Have another one.
Mother's Day.
They're very filling.
Our own Mommy's special day is here. What a shame it's only once a year. Just 1 month till Father's Day is here.
Dear old Dad, we are glad to be here with you on this day of days, and we say always that we'll be here on this day each year. Today, Father, is Father's Day, and we're giving you a tie. It's not much, I know, it is just a way of showing you we think you're a regular guy. You say that it was nice of us to bother, but it really was a pleasure to fuss. For according to our mother, you're our father, and that's good enough for us. Yes, that's good enough. Is there anything farther, father? That can't be right. Isn't it anything farther, further? The idea.
Well, now that's a tall request for such a small little girl. But I'll try till I get it just right. 'Cause I'm gonna make it maybe even twice, yeah. Oh, Daddy, when you gonna make it to the big time, yeah. Oh, Daddy, when you gonna blow up the good day? Well, it's like the backstage pass into paradise. There's a long, lonely waiting list, and I'm gonna give it everything I got to give, yeah.
Oh, Daddy, when you gonna be a big star?
I got a suit and a pink guitar.
Oh, Daddy, when you gonna break it wide open?
I don't know, but I still keep hoping.
Oh, Daddy, are you gonna make $1 million?
All it takes is a whole lot of luck, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, Daddy, when you gonna have that fat Cadillac like you always say? Oh, Daddy, when you gonna put on some stretch pants? Yeah. Well, don't hold your breath, 'cause it'll make you blue. But the harbor's not over yet, and I'm to make the fat lady sweat, yeah.
Oh, Daddy, when you gonna make it to the top?
All I know is I'm not gonna stop.
Oh, Daddy, what are you gonna buy your little girl?
Hey, I wanna get to Disney World.
Oh, Daddy, you can hit the jackpot yet?
Like I told you, now don't hold your breath, yeah.
Oh, Daddy, Daddy. Ooh. Oh, Daddy, Daddy. Oh, Daddy, Daddy.
Ooh, Daddy. Hey, I'm gonna buy you Disney World.
One of my favorite things to do in the whole wide world, spending time with my family. We might go swimming and chase each other around. As long as we're together, really doesn't matter to me. But if I had to choose just one thing that we could do, you know that I'm sure we would all agree to proceed to the living room, throw on some funky tunes, so we can have our very own dance party. We're gonna pull the record down off of the shelf, slide it out the cover all by myself, put it on the player, watch it spin around, drop the needle and dig the sound of my daddy's record collection. It's got me feeling so fine. We'll make a vinyl connection and have ourselves a good time. You know we will, y'all. There are so many ways to listen to your favorite song, from the 8-track tape to the MP3. something new will come along, you'll see. But when my daddy talks about when he was just a kid and the way that everything used to be, they were listening to records just about every day, and now it's one of his favorite things he gets to do with me. I'm gonna pull the record down off of the shelf, slide it out the cover all by myself, put it on the player, watch it spin around, drop the needle and dig the sound of my daddy's record collection. It's got me feeling so fine. We'll make a vinyl connection and have ourselves a good time. To the bridge. I woke up this morning, much to my surprise. On my dresser I see a brand new copy of Abbey Road, waiting there just for me. No, I'm as happy as I can be, 'cause now I got a record collection. It treats me so fine. We make a vinyl connection. Always have a good time. Come on, everybody. My daddy's record collection has got me feeling so fine. We'll make a vinyl connection. Always have a good time. My daddy's record collection has got me feeling so fine. We'll make a vinyl connection.
Honestly, it was my parents' record collection with songs by people like Spike Jones. My dad brought home every record Alan Sherman ever made. And Sugar Free All-Stars really captured how that felt with my daddy's record collection. Adrian Belew with his daughter Augie, who's much older now because that was recorded a long time ago with Oh Daddy. Frank Ferrante playing Groucho Marx with Father's Day. Mother's Day from Tom Chapin, and Tim Kubert and Carly Shiraki. Tim Kubert is part of the International Children's Theater Festival. He's so cool. He really is. Okay, on tomorrow's Kids Corner, well, call and tell me something interesting about your parents, and I'll be telling you some interesting things about mine. Luckily, they cannot sue. Tonight's Kids Corner was engineered and produced by me. I'm Kathy O'Connell. Robert Drake produces Kids Corner. Find us online, kidscorner.org. Have a good night. Have a safe night. Please, let's all be kind to each other. We'll see you next time right here on Kids Corner.
This is 88.5 WXPN HD1 Philadelphia, 88.7 WXPH HD1 Middletown, 91.9 WXPJ HD1 Hackettstown, 90.5 WKHS Wharton, and streaming at xpn.org. Member-supported radio from the University of Pennsylvania.